This is my latest Halloween 3D printable for this year, but there's a little spooky backstory to it, and I'm not sure what to think about it. Stick around to the end. I'm sure you'll be creeped out too. So another year has already passed. It's already Halloween, and I'm getting in the mood if you can't tell. I printed this last year. It's not my design. I found it on Thingiverse, and it's a fantastic little model. I printed this a little bit smaller than I'd like. I think smaller, like 80% or something like that. But yeah, go check it out. This is the latest and greatest Batman mask. Although I would love to print it in like TPU. It's a little stiff, but it looks great. I've been getting in the mood, and every year I get a new Batman comic. Last year I had the Long Halloween, which is a fantastic classic. This year I was able to get my hands on a rental copy of their Dark Designs. That's a fantastic one, but I wanted a little more, and I got this Three Jokers one on Amazon. It's already fantastic. I love the art. The story seems pretty cool, but I like to read these real slow, and I actually use them as reference material to study how to sculpt faces. If you don't know, I'm doing pumpkin art, and this is my second year doing it, and it's going pretty well. I'm learning a lot, but it's subtractive sculpting, not what I'm used to, where I have the undo button and I can mold and bush around polygons or voxels with my VR headset. I love doing that. In fact, there's something in the way of this comic book that I want to show you. It's my Batman bookend. You can catch this on Cults 3D. I think it turned out pretty cool. In fact, I think I got the face a lot better than I expected. There's a little detail in it. I printed it really big, but I messed up the connectors, so it was a total disaster. Anyway, you don't need it that big, but check that out on Cults 3D. Check out the art on the dust cover. Like, that's an amazing cover right there. And then the back is equally cool. I mean, that's just amazing. So far, it's great. In fact, I got the hardcover copy for the same amount as the paperback. What a deal. Anyway, it's very affordable. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. I'm just gonna put it in front of this Joker here. Last year, I also made a ghost candy tray with VR. I made a ghost kitty on a cloud with a retention in it. I gave that away to somebody. That was also made with VR. And also, I made a cyberpunk Halloween type of skull that you can also find on Cults 3D. And that was made in VR. And this year, I have created another one with my favorite program, ShapeLab. This is my Angwee Widdle Gweedy Ghost Candy Bowl Dispenser. As you can see, it's full of candy right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a piece of it. What is this, some kind of joke? I swear this thing's a demon spawned from hell. Halloween ain't no joke. It's serious business. I tapped into this 275 piece of Halloween candy, which is now $25 freaking dollars. Can you believe that? That's so ridiculous. Feels like something's in the way. Let's go ahead and top this bad boy off. If you've been following me on social media like TikTok, Instagram, whatever, I have written the spooky story behind this thing. I originally sculpted it in VR, and I'm going to explain to you how I did that in the following videos. I have one more 3D print that's going on the build plate right now. It is printing as we speak. I'm printing it very small because I don't want to waste material. And this guy, I have some tips of how you can use ShapeLab or any other VR sculpting app of your choice to get precise measurements, particularly with the thickness and things like that, because that's really hard to do at this point. But they do have some features that I'm going to show you how I did it successfully, so you can too. Now, the story behind this thing is I designed it and it looked cute. You know, I wanted a little angry expression, and I really wanted it to be able to print with minimal supports, and I think I achieved that. I used tree supports with the lines in the supports. I'm not a 3D printer channel, so bear with me. You could see on the bottom, I got really clean line work, and this was with just 70-degree, angle of support. And the eyes turned out great. The angry expression turned out great. In fact, it's a little spookier than what I remember. So that leads me to the story. This is a real quick video. I want to tell you what happened while I was printing this thing the other day. I just wanted to do a little test print, and I just wanted something that would fit on the desk, not something that I could put out on the porch for all the trick-or-treaters to come by. Although I think his expression is angry enough to prevent them from taking more than one piece of candy. In fact, I don't mind if I do. Sorry, deal with it. A Rolo. What else we got in here? Some whoopers. I love whoopers because I love dishing out whoopings. I knew something was missing. Now it's feeling like a bat cave. Milk dudes are okay. They kind of get in my teeth and I don't like that as much. Reese's make me bloated, although I do love them. Gonna have to pass. Is that it? This is $25. I don't need it. You can see the inside looks really nice, and I got that nice flat top going. I'm gonna show you that in the subsequent videos, but for today, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I sculpted this in VR furiously. After I had geniusly cut off the feet so it could have a nice, flat, stable platform for you to print and pass down for generations to come. I mean, this thing's tough. It can take a beating, trust me. I was printing it and I realized it was taking longer than I expected. In fact, it was taking over 2 days and it was printing perfectly. And my printer kept printing furiously. Whir, click, whir, click, whir, whir, click, click. I looked carefully at the name of the model that I decided to print, and it was the name that I wanted, except it was printing a little too big. The cheeks printed out perfectly. They turned out fine. It started to print the eyes and the expression on the face, and I realized something else is going on here, something darker from the shadows. So I went to bed, and I had all kinds of weird nightmares. Like I was making fun of this guy who was really small, and they told me he wanted to kill me. He was in like a little tank. And I had nightmares of carving pumpkins at gigs, failing, not being able to make a basic face. Yeah, real scary stuff. I woke up in a cold sweat and I immediately rushed to the build plate. And that's when I saw this thing had no face until I realized it printed backwards. So this thing was sitting there and it looked very, very angry. Like it spawned from hell itself. And that's when I glanced down at the time completed on the print, and it said 66 hours and 6 seconds. 6, 6, 6. Scary, huh? Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird. So I think this is a great addition to anybody's desk. You can fill it with anything you want, and even after Halloween season, you can fill it with popcorn. I think it's a great little popcorn bowl, or you can put money in it and send it my way, you know, like, you want. By the way, I have a Patreon. If you like stuff that I do, if you think my stuff is interesting or informational, everybody gets a front row seat at my Patreon. There's no favorites there. Just, you know, whoever shows up, you know, you get access to certain designs that I do and plan on doing in the future that you can sell physical copies of. The things that are printed on Patreon are, you know, it's yours. You just do whatever you want with it, okay? If not, head on over to my Cults 3D page. If you can support me there, at least view my stuff, take a look at it, see what I have to offer. I have an addiction, okay? I have an addiction to creating 3D printables. I love to do it with CAD. I love the precise puzzle solving process. It's fun for me, okay? And I also love doing it in VR. I love ShapeLab. I've used the Adobe Medium. I like that too. I just love making 3D printables. It's a fun experience, and the tools keep getting better and better and better. So I highly encourage you to check that out and subscribe and like this video, and have a happy Halloween. Stay safe, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next video. Be careful, this one. He'll steal your candy and he won't want to give it back. This one's a real villain. Now, he doesn't have teeth, but I'm pretty sure it bit me the other day when I was trying to take some candy from its mouth. This thing is built like a tank. I am pretty proud of that. This is pretty cool. There you go. Woo, it is too hot in here. Ugh.